G'day guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing the game between Geelong and Hawthorn at the MCG Easter Monday clash, and boy oh boy wasn't it an absolute classic game to watch. If you're a Hawks fan or a neutral fan, you would have absolutely loved it. If you're a Cats fan, you would have absolutely hated the result, and it's disappointing to not get the 4 points on this occasion. On what's such a big occasion, but can't win them all. That's for sure. Going into the game, I tipped the Hawks and thought they'd be able to potentially get the job done. I guess more so without Paddy Dangerfield, who was a big reason, I guess, winning the preliminary final. And, Tyson Stengel, such a valuable player, also out. So, and I'm sure the Hawks have had a couple of players out as well, but I feel like, their presence up forward was sorely missed at times. In terms of how that result could have panned out, I guess, for the Cats. But, in terms of the result in general, Hawthorn, they deserved the win, clearly based on scoring shots and how the Cats sort of tackled it. And, Geelong did get sort of into that third gear in that second term. Got into a little bit more of a rhythm that we know the Cats can sort of play. Outside of the second term, though, it was pretty hard work for the most part. The second term and the last term had some pretty good moments. But outside of that, 3 goals across the first term and the third term kind of made it, pretty tough. It was a great free-flowing game, especially throughout that first half. That second term in particular would be one that you would want to watch back. With 11 goals scored throughout that term, so it was all happening on the scoreboard. But what an intriguing game it was. Again, very you never want to lose to the Hawks, but look, it always sucks in the moment losing, but hopefully the Cats can take a few lessons out of it. And I'm sure, both teams will take a few lessons out of it with, lots of mistakes made throughout the game. And as the longer that fourth quarter went, the more mistakes happened. So, we'll get stuck in the fourth quarter shortly. But, it was just a clunky sort of game. Geelong weren't able to sort of, get as much field position as normal. Hawks are doing pretty well around the ball. Be interesting to see how the stats sort of go about supporting that. But with 6 more scoring shots, I would expect Hawthorn to have, I guess, a good swaying of the numbers in their direction off the back of that. Geelong were pretty efficient throughout most of the afternoon, took most of their chances that they did have. They were 9 goals, 2 at one stage, which definitely sort of helped keep them in the game. And so, Hawthorn's back half game transition intercept game was, elite. It was something to a sight to behold, basically. When they won the ball back from Geelong entering up their forward line, or if they were, won the ground ball, they were off, and it was corridor. Lots of turnovers from both teams, and more often than not, the team that made the turnover, was in trouble, and oftentimes paid for those mistakes that did happen throughout the match. So, the Hawks were definitely all over that, and Geelong didn't really have a great answer for that. They were cutting the Cats up through the midfield. That corridor ball use was getting quite heavily leaned on, and Geelong were able to stop that a little bit as the game wore on. They forced them wide, and that third term's probably exemplified where that would have most likely happened, as there wasn't too much sort of scoring going on in that part of the game. It's probably the Hawks' least productive quarter from a scoreboard standpoint. But Geelong equally, they couldn't get much on the scoreboard from their side of things. Just weren't able to get as much supply up forward. The back line held up pretty well, I thought, throughout, given the supply, and I'm interested to see the inside 50 numbers. I haven't seen them yet. But, I think, look, it was a game that was always going to come down to moments, and you knew at halftime, you knew going into the game it was going to be a pretty close one, and it was the team that made their moments count. And There was mistakes galore in that final term. So many moments of just that molded into each other where, depending on who you were, if you were making the mistake, it was a part of a great highlight or led to a great highlight. Geelong did a lot right. 13 points up. I wasn't thinking, oh, cool, we're home and hosed now, but I thought, well, we'd be in a pretty good spot. So, it was pretty tough to sort of be in that position, especially goal up with 90 seconds to go. So, I would have thought, again, 90 seconds to go, a goal up is still a long time in footy. Teams can score pretty quickly, but I mean, just, the Hawks were going to go all out attack, and Geelong just didn't execute a couple of those big moments, I guess. Don't want to individualise too much, but, Thomas Stewart falls over. Semi misses a spoil on Lewis. Lawson Humphries, I think he kicked 3 back to the opposition, which led to scores late in the game, probably in the last 5 to 7 minutes. So, again, I don't want to... I've individualised without saying I don't want to individualise, but again, those are the moments that count and matter. Blitz halves kicks it out on the full to kicking one, knocking one through on the left. So, and then Blitz kicks that one out on the full going inside the 450. So, just so many fundamental errors, and Geelong didn't quite get on their terms throughout the game, and it wasn't really played the way the Cats would have liked to have played it. The Cats' back half transition was solid throughout. Was stifled at times. Some plays where it was long down the line, but look, I don't go away from the game going, oh, we're in massive trouble or alarm bells sounding. I see it as two really good sides. If everything goes right for both these teams, you see them likely finish somewhere in that sort of top 6, top 8. With the way that they sort of went about it. Maybe not with some of their skills late, but you could tell there's two quality teams going at it, two very proud clubs that, again, add extra fuel to what is already an amazing rivalry, and another, great clash to sort of add to the collection, really. It really is a bit of a collection there. So, look, walk away disappointed with the result, but then also try and take a glass half full of Hawthorn played probably 120% and won by a point. Geelong might have played 75%, if that, and they lose by a solitary point with so many players sort of down on their usual output as well, I noted, which we'll talk about more when we get to the players. But again, it's kudos to Hawthorn. Like that, if you take anything out of the game, the look and feel of it felt like a Hawthorn game, looked like a Hawthorn game, and they were able to make their chances count when they presented themselves. So, look, they deserve to win. It would have been a bit of a steal if Geelong got the job done. And I'll tip the Hawks going into it. I can't remember if I mentioned off the top, but I thought off the back of the preliminary final defeat, that can sometimes give you extra fuel for the next game. Just as we're in a fuel crisis at the moment, I'll bring that up. But anywho, they deserve to win. But even if they did deserve to win, you still like to just pinch those every now and again. And then if you get the 4 points and the lessons, that's like gold. But you either win or you learn, and Geelong, they'll be doing a bit of learning off the back of this game, and we'll go to town on it for sure. All right. So, let's have a bit of a look-ski at the stats. The Hawks owned the ball, plus 45 with the ball. Inside 50 is pretty even. Felt like the Hawks had a lot more inside 50s, or they looked a lot more dangerous when they did go inside 50. It always feels more open when the teams go in the inside their forward 50 with the way we defend. Disposal efficiency, relatively similar there. Efficiency inside 50, the Hawks, that marries up with the eye test. Free kick count, 13 and 24. Cats have definitely had a few in the first few rounds, and there was definitely some missed on both sides. Probably Geelong got lucky a couple of times where there was, whether they should have got them or not. There was probably a couple there that weren't quite right. More so in the Cats' favour than the Hawks. But again, there may have been some missed that were on the Hawks side as well. It's never perfect. But yeah, umpiring, it's a fine art. Hit-outs, definitely Hawks did well there. Plus 18, very good in the ruck work, and that ultimately helped set up the win off the back of a couple of turnovers as well from Geelong's standpoint. Low clearance game, which is, I'm very surprised that seems like a very low number of clearances. 33 to 28. Cats at the centre clearance, they were struggling a little bit early, but plus 6 around the ground for the Hawks. Plus 17 contested ball. And on the outside, the Hawks had more of it on their terms there, and more turnovers from the Cats, which is slightly rare. But Hawks' pressure was pretty good. Geelong's pressure was pretty solid throughout. But it was definitely that pressure lifted massively in that third term. More marks for the Cats, some chipping around sideways and here and there, but lots of control. Didn't quite work out. Hawks up 90 themselves. And it didn't feel like Geelong took 16 marks enough but 18 conceded was quite alarming and not usually characteristic of the Cats. Ended up in 13 goals only, but also 14 behinds, as you can see there. But time in front, pretty similar, pretty even. It kind of felt like Hawthorn were in front more often than not. So not very even there. More tackles for the Hawks. So they were just wanted a little bit more. They were very good. Cats' tackle pressure was a little bit off early, and then it sort of definitely picked up as the game panned out. Tackles inside 50, pretty good number for the Cats. So all in all, 15 to 12. Both teams trying to keep it in their front half at all costs. For the 1%ers, very even. Interchange very closely linked there. All right, so that is a view of the game and the stats from what it looks like from the team's perspective. We'll go into some individuals, some votes. We'll get stuck into that. We'll go 3 votes. Bailey Smith, again, gets the 3 votes. He had the 33 disposals, had the 5 marks, 5 tackles, 6 clearances, nearly gained 700 metres. He was everywhere again. And, his just work rate from halfback through the midfield, just absolutely bullocking his way through contest. He's got such a desire for the contest and winning. I thought he was a standout for Geelong yet again, and I very much liked his performance. He was shining light and needed more to come with him, and he was a bit of a lone hand at times. I'm going to give the 2 votes to Shannon Neal, who kicked 4 straight, 6 goals. He had 6 disposals, the 4 marks, 4 tackles, even got some ruck work in there as well. But I thought, he's relatively clean throughout the afternoon. Had some really good one-on-one wins against Barras, who very rarely gets defeated in one-on-ones. So I thought that was a really good feather in the cap for Scratch. But ultimately, he seemed like the only guy up forward that was sort of going to win a contest. Jez is sort of nowhere to be seen, but we'll get stuck into that shortly. I thought, Neil made the most of his chances, most of his opportunities, and was very much the reason we were, in the game or in front at times. Really loved his physicality. Had some really good contested marks inside forward 50. All right. Well, now we get stuck into 1 vote, and I'm going to give 1 vote to Max Holmes. Maxi had 27 disposals, had the 6 marks, 4 tackles, had a clearance, almost 700 metres gained for him as well, and set up 3 goals. So, really loved his output on the game there. Setting up 3 from the midfield's really good. So, he was all over it. Used the ball reasonably well. It was a little bit stiff to maybe not have that 15 metres paid. But, he cracks in all the time. All right, let's go through the rest of the team. Lawes had the 20 disposals, 8 marks, 4 tackles, a couple of clearances, and he gained nearly 500 metres. And again, look, he played really well. Off the top, I gave him a bit of a clip, but again, you in a game where it's 1 point the difference, and he did turn it over sort of 3 times late in the game. I couldn't believe my eyes. He's usually so cool, calm, and composed, but in the absolute heat, unfortunately, on this occasion, he wasn't able to, use it use it in the manner that we know he can. Again, yeah, it's very hard. It's some days it goes your way, other days it doesn't, and yeah, ultimately, you reflect on those turnovers more so than anything. Doesn't take away from takes some of the shine away from the game that he did have, unfortunately, but he'll learn a lot out of it, no doubt. Tommy Stewart nearly got a vote. He's so close to get a vote. He was really good. He had the 22 possessions. He had the 9 marks. Did a lot right. And then spoiling really well, transitioning the ball really well, winning the ball back. And then, unfortunately, he got pushed off that contest late, which led to the Chol goal. And what else? I feel like, he had the run and carry back to get Lewis, and he just wasn't able to affect the contest, which was really unfortunate. But he did a lot right, and just didn't quite go the right way at the end. Tanner Bruin was pretty solid, sort of playing halfback at the 26 possessions, 6 marks, clearance, tackle, and a couple of clearances. Can't say really hurt the Hawks or sliced them up badly. I have to say scoring involvements, which I don't think we get here, but got basic stats. Let's see what advance gives us. Do we get scoring involvements? We do. All right, what's he got? 5 scoring involvements. So not too shabby. Not too shabby. No, he was involved in the play. That's good to see. No, I did like the way he went about it. Uses the ball pretty nicely most of the time. And I'm just enjoying seeing him playing footy back into it and playing his role nicely. Brian Myers had a bit of tail of 2 halves. He had the 22 touches, 6 marks, couple of tackles. You couldn't get near it in the first half. I think he had 7 disposals. Wasn't quite going his way, but then he definitely picked it up quite well after halftime. I recall that kick from centre half back just right through the corridor, which is beautiful. Again, he played all right. Not sort of his best game. Definitely went up around the ball, but it just didn't quite work for him in terms of setting up goals for his teammates. He had a shot goal, which I said have a shot, and then the commentators are saying, "Oh, there was 20 blokes. You got to kick 2, but live and die by the sword sometimes." Jezza kicked 1 goal, 16 touches for him. He had the 7 marks, 3 tackles as well, got involved there, which was good to see. 400 metres gained. So, Jez was all right. Again, a little bit below his normal output, I guess, from a scoreboard perspective. It just didn't see him lead up forward. It was a bit crazy, but look, they defended Jezza, came in really well. A little bit of a slower start to the season. I think he had a slower-ish start to 2025 as well. Then he got really going. But again, that arm injury definitely hampered him a fair bit. Got a knock in that third term, I think it was. So, look, he's had to endure a fair bit. Hopefully, he comes good. Definitely quiet and, not the performance he would want on the Easter Monday, but I have no doubt he'll respond and he'll get better. Z was okay. He had the 19 disposals, had the 5 marks, 5 tackles, also got involved in a couple of clearances. I thought, he was quite lively throughout the match. Some good rebounds off half-back, gained some territory for us where required, so Z was good. I don't think anyone, any other small forward besides Watson completely killed us, and I think that was more O'Shea's man, but anyway, we'll get stuck into O'Shea shortly. Blitz had an interesting game. He kicked 1 goal, 1. He had the 14 disposals, 3 marks, 4 tackles, got some hit-outs, 3 clearances. He was trying to work over the ruckman late in the game. Very nice left foot snap goal, and then he had 2 more on the right foot out on the full, so maybe he is a left foot after all. Again, had some really, really good contests. That nice goal he kicked, but a couple out on the full late in the piece, which definitely hurt the Cats, unfortunately. Jackie Bowes, what a game. This is looking pretty good, actually. He's kicked 2. He's had the 13 disposals, which is quite low for what he was doing. Although I think he was keeping an eye on Newcombe, so I'm going to have to say this is a pretty damn good game. almost vote worthy. He had 3 marks, 4 tackles, and set up 3 goals himself. So really like him. He had the 39 and 3 goals, I think, in the VFL last week. So yeah, definitely think he's best 23 for the Cats, especially when he's at his best. And yeah, he just chimes in for a goal too. He's just very composed with the ball. Maybe a bit more of the ball, but also on managed minutes here. They only played 62% game time, so just managing his minutes nicely there. Sully had 13 disposals, 6 marks. Pretty good in the air. He always likes to hang around the wing. Played well, I thought, and for the large part. So, yeah, keep up the good work, Sully. Jack Martin, he kicked a goal. It was an amazing goal. He almost ran into the fence, but he was able to find a boot to it just before the line. Had 11 disposals, 5 marks, 3 tackles. Yeah, finding his rhythm and his groove throughout the season. Got a little bit quieter as the game sort of went on. Played on late. Maybe at his time again, he would have liked to just seize the moment, and maybe he didn't want the moment. I don't know. Took the pressure off himself by rushing, but yeah, not sure. O'Sheen, much more of the ball than normal. He had the 16 disposals for him, 3 marks, couple of tackles, couple of clearances. Kept Watson relatively well held, I guess, from a disposal front, but also, there was a couple of forward 50 stoppages he'd probably like to have back again, and he'll learn a lot from. But yeah, O'Sheen, he'll be okay. So we'll see what happens there moving forward. But yeah, Osh was good, minus the 3 goals that he potentially conceded. And sometimes, but even some of the ones that Watson did kick were quite freakish, and not much he really could have done except for hold and give a free kick away. Mitch Edwards played pretty well, had the 10 disposals, only took 1 mark, felt like he took more, but it was a good mark that he took. 18 hit-outs, couple of tackles, 6 clearances from the big man, so yeah, I like his athleticism. The Meekie and Reeves did quite well in the ruck, and again, he's literally played a handful of games, so it's going to take some time to get in the system. But look, I'm liking his output. Just keep him going, and he will be good in no time. Ollie Dempsey was quite disappointing. He ended up with a goal. It was a nice long goal, unusually long goal for Ollie D. But yeah, they played him well. The 12 disposals, 4 marks, tackle, clearance, but yeah, just not his usual output. Josh Weddle was causing all sorts of troubles and dramas for us, which it was a good matchup done by Sam Mitchell and the crew. But yeah, just a very quiet output from Dempsey. Normally used to seeing a lot more from him. Ollie Henry played well. It would have been nice if he got a spoil in and not allow Sicily to mark uncontested late in the game that led to one of the match-winning scores. But look, he kicked 3. He was converted his chances quite well from his 7 disposals, 3 marks. Also set up 2 goals. So look, hats off to Ollie for persisting, and that's 5 direct goals off him. So I've given him a bit of a clip there for not competing in that contest as well enough, but also, he did a lot right. And again, I've picked out a lot of these examples because there were so many crucial moments in that sort of, that last quarter, especially in that last 5 or 10 minutes. But yeah, it takes a bit of the shine away from the game, of course, because you don't get the result. Would have been a pinch and a bit of a steal, but also, you want to make those moments count and make the minutes count. De Koning, he had the 10 disposals, 4 marks, a couple of tackles. Wasn't quite his 2022 best like he was last week against the Crows, but yeah, look, in general, he held up okay. Again, had some tough contests. Jack Gunston's a pretty tough opponent. He's a bit like a fine wine at the moment, Jack Gunston, but De Koning, not too bad. The Talls did pretty well though. Having said all that, Chol was good. Gunston played really well. Mitch Lewis got going, got plenty of opportunities, finished some late. Ollie, I don't know if it's Wiltshire or Wiltshire. I'll go Wiltshire until I'm told otherwise. He kicked 1, got a 1, 11 disposals for him, 3 marks from his 63% game time. Yeah, solid output from the young lad, and hopefully, he keeps getting opportunity and keep giving him a go. Jack Henry was a bit out of sorts. He had the 7 kicks for the game, 4 marks. Had his hands full at times. A fair bit of supply, and some of the looks that the Hawks did have without as much pressure from the Cats midfield sort of could make any backline look pretty ordinary. So yeah, definitely wasn't Jack's best game. Found it tough at times. Almost pinged for Colton Ball a couple of times, but might have had one against him. Brad Close, pretty familiar territory for him, really. He kicked it behind and had the 9 disposals, couple of marks, couple of tackles. He did set one up, which was to Jack Bowes, but yeah, again, I'm not really sure he had to be rushed back in. I don't know if he was managed or dropped last week. It's hard to sort of say, but yeah, very, very quiet from him. Whether that was the Cats midfield not quite giving them the chances or the Hawks backline was too strong, not sure. But it's a bit of a common thread here because Sean Manor, my man, well, he's personally my second favourite player behind Jezza. Sorry, Sean, but he's a wonderful man, Sean, but he didn't quite have the day that we know he can have. Very, very quiet. He had the 6 kicks for the game, 3 marks. Super, super quiet. I think he had 1 touch to half time. He got going a little bit in that second half, but credit to Impey, he was playing like Corey Enright. I couldn't believe it. I've seen Jarman Impey over the journey, but I've never seen him play a game like that. He played the game of his life. He was unbelievable. So, yeah, look, it's all about winning your contests, and Hawthorn did that across the field more often than not. And Tom Atkins, this is unbelievable. Right at the bottom of the list. So this is just why it's so interesting here. He had just the 1 kick for the game, 11 handballs, 3 tackles, set a goal up. But yeah, you don't see Tom Atkins down the very bottom of the list. I thought he was quite fit the game. I thought maybe, he might have had his 20, 22 or something, lots of, contests won sort of, that you don't really see possession-wise, but that's unbelievable. I wouldn't have seen Tom Atkins there for a long, long time. But yeah, look, pretty quiet game all in all. He still had only 12 disposals. So yeah, it was just the midfield wasn't quite able to get it done. We've seen that all before, but yeah, anyway. Fun and games. All right, well, that's a wrap of the game. Let's have a bit of a look at next week. Gather round. I'll be there. At Norwood, Adelaide, we are playing West Coast. We played West Coast a few times over there. It was very ordinary when we played them in that 2023 game. It was a great second quarter, and then the sun was in my eyes, and it was a very hot day, so I didn't really like that. But yeah, in general, the Cats go all right against the Eagles. The Eagles got walloped by 128 points, so it was a massive loss to them. And look, you expect Geelong to win, but I don't expect it to be easy. I feel like the conditions would be pretty all over the shop. The soccer pitch, don't know if that favours the Cats or not. If it's got less room to move, they seem to like the narrow ground, and whether that favours them from a GMHBA home ground perspective, not sure. But yeah, I expect Geelong to win. I was thinking probably between 4 and 6 goals. Something like that. I don't think it'll be a walk in the park by any stretch. And also, Geelong have got a few games coming up, and they've got the Dogs to think about. I heard 3 games in 11 days was something like that. So there's a bit to navigate through off the back of the Easter Monday game. So there you go. All right, well, that's it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review. It was, Hawthorn getting the job done by 1 point in an Easter Monday Classic. So, no good this time, Cats fans. It's been pretty fruitful most of the time playing Easter Monday. I will take the 2025 preliminary final result in my stride. But, look, you always want to win these games, and you can't win them all. That's the reality of it. And it's a marathon, and what we do know is, you'd expect both these teams, all going well with injury, will feature somewhere in that top 8, you would suspect. All right. Well, that's a wrap for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, give the video a like and subscribe away. Really appreciate the support. Thanks again for tuning in, watching on, listening in. Have a good one. Thanks again, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.